Okay, after a brief technical difficulty, I am back to announce that I am officially 150 days nicotine free. I don't really have a lot planned to discuss in this little live stream. I'm just celebrating this fact. I even bought myself a little gift here. I hate spending money on things, but I bought myself a little gift. But yeah, I was a chain smoker I feel like when I do these are kind of like what I imagine it's like to go to like AA. I've never been to AA. I've never been to any sort of like anonymous addiction meeting, but I was severely addicted to nicotine since I was basically in high school. I started smoking when I was in high school. I feel like I have gone over this in previous videos, but I started smoking when I was in high school, and I didn't consider myself a smoker because I would mostly just smoke at parties here and there while drinking. And then as I progressed into adulthood in college, I drank more and more, and I always associated smoking cigarettes with drinking alcohol. So I was quite the little party animal in high school and college. I mean, even in high school, I was quite a party animal because I was like your senior superlatives. Like my senior superlative was life of the party because I was quite the little jester. I was quite a little party animal. Anyway, so I drank a lot. I also did a lot of drugs. Anyway, so needless to say, I did smoke cigarettes as well. I didn't smoke daily or anything like that, but I smoked at parties, like I said. And then when I went to college, I started going out basically every single night. I really think I went out in college almost every night of the week, more nights than not. So anyway, I began to smoke more and more. Still told myself I'm not addicted. I'm not an addict, but I was practically smoking every day. And then eventually, when Juuls or like vapes came out, I started smoking even more frequently because I bought one because I thought it was a more healthy alternative to cigarettes. And uh, vaping sort of takes away the obstacles between you and smoking a cigarette. For example, when you're indoors with people, you can't just light up a cigarette, but you can start vaping. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I got to the point where I was vaping. I couldn't go more than like half an hour without vaping. I don't even know if that, because I don't have a full-time job. So I was vaping like every second of the day, like nonstop. I was going through multiple pods, jewel pods a day. Each jewel pod is equated to a pack of cigarettes. So I was going through basically multiple packs of cigarettes every day. I would vape in uh, airplanes. I would put it into the sleeve of my hoodie and vape into the hood. If you watch any old videos of me, you'll see that I'm vaping. Like, even there's like a Bloomberg documentary that I was interviewed in, and I'm sitting in this Bloomberg documentary just chain smoking the whole time. So yeah, I was a full blown addict, and I treat these little live streams as like nicotine addicts anonymous meeting, except it's obviously not anonymous. And I don't even know what they talk about in those kinds of meetings. Like, do you go around in a circle and you talk about your addiction? I don't know. Um, but what was I going to say? Yeah. Uh, so up until 150 days ago, I was a full blown chain smoker, smoking multiple packs a day. I was vaping, and I feel like vaping is people initially thought vaping was this healthy alternative to cigarettes, but there's no way it's. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's healthier than cigarettes. I'm not sure, but there's no way this doesn't like definitely lead to lung cancer or throat cancer or whatever. So anyway, I was on track for that. Also, I feel like I've never had a bigger goal in life than having kids, and so I knew logically I would have to quit one day, but I would just make up reasons why I couldn't quit today. I would just be like, well, I'm really stressed out right now, so I'm not going to quit right now. Or, oh, I have to do X, Y, and Z. These are such stupid excuses that your brain makes up because I'm unemployed. There's no reason why I can't just quit. It's not like my life is ever so stressful that I can't just quit nicotine. But I knew it'd be really distressing on my body to quit because I've been addicted since high school, college, whatever. So anyway, the only reason I actually ended up quitting was because my dear boyfriend, we do talk about having kids and stuff, and he forced me, like, obviously I knew I had to quit one day, and he forced me basically to quit nicotine. I don't think I could have done it without him, but I would just, so anyone who smokes or does, I guess this probably applies to any sort of drug, but I feel like I never had the willpower to just stop it on my own. I always, like I said, just made some excuse why I couldn't do it right now. I couldn't stop right now. And oh, before we get into how I quit, I wanted to thank the sponsor of today's video, FTX Creditor, my friend Louis Dorini. He runs this company, FTX Creditor. He's a co-founder of the company. And because a lot of people who follow me were once customers of FTX or Celsius or, some of these crypto collapses. And Louis purchases claims from these companies. So if you're just sick of keeping up waiting to see how much money you're going to get back, because like the payouts last over years, like you get little increments of money over years. If you're sick of like waiting to see how much you're going to get paid out, you can just sell the remainder of your claim. I believe they call that a stub, and just get paid money upfront. He pays out in USDC. And yeah, I'll just play the little ad that I filmed for my buddy Louis, who runs FTX Creditor or is the co-founder of FTX Creditor. Before, I've been independently covering fraud and bankruptcies in the crypto space. Because of this, I know a lot of people who follow me or might recognize me were once customers of FTX. Well, that's where FTX Creditor comes in. FTX Creditor will buy your FTX bankruptcy claim and pay you immediately in USD. I think we have to restart that. FTX Creditor has actually bought more FTX claims than all of the other claims buyers combined. FTX Creditor even buys small claims as low as $1,800, all the way up to claims as large as $10 million. So if you're interested in selling your FTX claim for immediate liquidity, or in selling your Voyager, BlockFi, or Celsius stub, you can go to ftxcreditor.com or contact them on Telegram at @FTXCreditor or on X at @FTXCreditor_com. I'm back. Okay, so what was I saying? Yeah, if you happen to be a creditor of FTX or Celsius or other bankruptcies, I know that he buys, like if you happen to be involved in any sort of bankruptcy, Louis purchases claims for a lot of different bankruptcies. Anyway, so what was I saying? How did I end up quitting nicotine? Yeah, I don't think I could have done it without my boyfriend, and I didn't ever stop on my own accord. The furthest I had ever gotten on my own accord trying to quote unquote quit nicotine was a one day. I literally got to 24 hours of not smoking, and then I treated myself by smoking a bunch of fucking weed or nicotine, not weed. I don't smoke weed. So I had never made it more than 24 hours without smoking or vaping prior to fully quitting cold turkey. So how did I do it? Yes, I think that personally, I was never going to go cold turkey. I just convinced myself that's just not how it was going to happen. And frankly, it's just like your brain plays tricks on you. You tell yourself I could literally physically not do that. So there was no world in which I ever planned to throw out my nicotine. I was like, I'll just gradually taper off over months or years. I'll just gradually smoke a little bit less to where eventually I'll smoke nothing. But that's just not how it works. That's not how addiction works. And one book I would recommend highly is this book called Alan Carr, ALLENCARR, Easy Way to Quit Smoking. Just look up Easy Way to Quit Smoking and the name Alan Carr. It should come up on like Amazon. I don't get any kickback from this. Maybe I should find some like referral link to this book because it did really help me. But it kind of just talks you through every reason you tell yourself that you can't quit smoking, and it talks you through every reason you tell your brain tells you as to why you continue smoking or doing nicotine. Or there are actually versions of this book for various different addictions. Like there's an alcohol version, there is a overeating and overindulging in food version. So basically, I guess just the premise is just it basically just walks through every reason you tell yourself you can't quit or why you do it, and just breaks down logically why each of these reasons is false. And you kind of you just logically get to a point where you are just like really find it repulsive to the thought of smoking more feels repulsive after you finish this book. At least I will say that it worked for me, and I would say that I'm not a very easily persuaded person. I'd call myself generally a skeptic about most things. Like I'm not into like woo woo pop psychology, pseudoscientific kind of stuff. So a lot of people had recommended that book to me, but I was like, no, there's no way that's going to work on me. I will say it's not like I closed the book and finished it and immediately quit smoking, but it did change my perspective on smoking and nicotine to the point where I was like, logically, I was like, this is like really stupid and gross, and I don't know why I'm still doing this. And then my boyfriend had to come in and be the final straw, where he just went in and took all of my nicotine out of my purse and went through my apartment, took all my nicotine. He stayed with me for the first several nights, like 3 or 4 nights, where I think that withdrawals from nicotine are worse the first 3 or 4 nights. And he stayed by my side, watching me and making sure I didn't cave, because I probably would have. If he left my side, there's no way I wouldn't have just gone to a store and bought a fucking like vape, because the withdrawals, for me at least, were really rough. but they're temporary. Like it's literally like you just have to get to through like 2 or 3 days of absolute hell, and then it is downhill from there. Like I think that it peaks. It's like day 1, 2, 3, they're all really bad, and then it kind of goes downhill from there. It's easier from there on out. So just make it for, through the first 3 days. If you have a loved one that's willing to put up with you being fucking insane for 3 days, that was really helpful for me because my boyfriend had to put up with me being a fucking nightmare. Like it literally was like I was having an exorcism. Like I was screaming at him for no fucking reason. I was like shaking, yelling. Yeah, I'm making quitting sound really unpleasant, but yeah. Anyway, I would say that that helped. Let's see. I'll go through a few comments. You thought we were watching mukbang videos together. I'm down to do more eating videos. Um, Congrats to Will K Frog 6 for quitting smoking in 1998. Good job. And you used to do drugs as well. Good job. I did drugs recreationally, but I was never addicted to any other drugs than nicotine. Someone called me handsome. Thank you. I don't know if I've ever gotten handsome before, so thank you. That's a new one. Uh, I'm a handsome young I'm a strapping young gentleman. Nicotine ain't shit. They cloned me. Let's see. I'm reading comments. There's a positive to vaping. Used to smoke and you transition to vaping. I think that like the more you vape, the more like I think that you'll just intake more volume of nicotine. I feel like if you vape, if you transition from smoking to vaping, like I think that smoking is probably worse for your lungs because it's actual like carcinogenic smoke. But I feel like vaping is just as bad because you typically end up smoking more because you can just vape at all hours of the day. You can vape in your bed without it stinking up the bed. You can vape before you give your partner a kiss without it smelling like smoke. You know what I mean? Yeah, someone says W boyfriend. Hell yeah, I agree. Let's see. I'm reading. Oh, someone is 142 days nicotine or clean. I don't know what you're clean from. I hope nicotine. But if I've helped inspire any of you guys to quit any sort of drug or nicotine or anything, please let me know. Feel free to DM me. And only if it's real. Don't like just make up that you quit something if you didn't. But yeah, not that anything's gonna come of it. I'm just like, good for you. That makes me happy. Makes me happy to hear. Um Someone says there's nothing more educational than being an unsecured creditor to a bankrupt company. Completely agree. When I lost a bunch of money to this company called Celsius, I had no idea what the bankruptcy process was like. I didn't know the difference between Chapter 11 and Chapter 7 bankruptcy. And I learned a lot about bankruptcies in America by being an unsecured creditor of Celsius Network. If some of you don't know, I started posting because I uh, lost a bunch of money to a company called Celsius. Oh my gosh, doomed, huh? Thank you so much for the super sticker for the $2. Thank you. Shout out. If anyone wants to donate money to me, I think you can only do this on YouTube. I wish that you could do it on Twitter, but you can send little super chats, stickers, and I'll feature your name here if you would like to donate money to me. Let's see. I'm just reading some comments. Yes, I'm suggesting that my boyfriend comes to your house and stay beside you for 3 days. This is a service I'm offering that my boyfriend will come to your house and stay next to you for 3 days. You know, maybe I should offer this service to people. Like, I would charge a lot of money to deal with a fucking addict for 3 days and try to help them stop smoking. That's a service that's a service that people should offer, actually. Huh. Like, I would like, if I didn't have a boyfriend, I would need someone to physically be there for me during this period and, like, hold me down. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you want, like, a stranger to hold you down, but, yeah, I was shaking. You didn't know I was on Kick? Yeah, I just started streaming on Kick today. You've seen my progress lately. You quit smoking 3 to 4 years ago on top of quitting soft drinks. Good job. I was never personally into soft drinks. Um, I'm not even that big of a sweet person. I am very into like eating, but I'm more of a savory person. Okay, as a congratulations gift to myself, this is not an ad for any sort of clothing company or brand, by the way, but I just my boyfriend lives. I don't actually know. I was gonna say where my boyfriend and I live or whatever, but I don't actually know if I want to get into details of where I live. But Basically, I just moved somewhere to where I'm gonna be like commuting a little bit more, and I have like little like cute little. Actually, none of my yeah, I have cute little purses, but I wanted like a bigger bag. This is like such a girly thing to be doing. I'm doing an unboxing video for something I bought myself. Um, I hate spending a lot of money. It makes me sick. It literally makes me nauseous to spend a lot of money and to like buy anything luxury. I do own. I had a period in college where I bought a lot of designer and stuff. Bought a lot of designer bags and clothes. And I think it's because I wanted to impress people. I went to USC, which is in LA, which is probably one of the most superficial, not only cities, but schools in the US. Actually, I wonder, your guys' thoughts. What do you think the most vain and superficial colleges and universities in the United States are? I would beg to offer up USC in Los Angeles as one of the most vain, superficial schools in the States, which is where I went. So I spent a lot of money on designer clothes back in the day. And now it makes me literally nauseous to spend money on designer stuff. But I've been wanting to buy a tote bag. Okay, you guys are gonna hate this bag, I think. Well, also, you guys are probably mostly dudes. I think most of my audience is male, so you probably don't give a fuck about this. But I wanted to buy a tote bag because, like, a nice tote bag because, well, first of all, the only big bag I use is my Trader Joe's bag. uh have you seen the classic Trader Joe's bag? Which I would say I should have purchased more of these Trader Joe's bags because they're apparently like discontinuing them and they've become a fad in like Japan. Hold on, let me grab my Trader Joe's bag. So apparently these Trader Joe's bags have become a fad and are all the rage in like Japan and Europe and a lot of foreign nations. But because of that, they're always sold out by Trader Joe's. And last time I went to Trader Joe's, I asked if they were going to have more in stock ever. And they said, I don't know, we might discontinue them. So this is the only bag I've been using for like the past year or so, I think. Because now that I'm in a place where I need to like sort of commute more to go do stuff, I want to have a bunch of stuff in my bag. This is such a girly video to make, so most of you guys don't care. Anyway, I wish that I purchased more of these at Trader Joe's because I'm thinking maybe they're gonna become very valuable one day if they actually discontinue them. I don't know. If any of you guys have some Trader Joe's bags at home that you have purchased in the past and you don't use them, feel free to send them to me because anyway, they might discontinue them. So I was like, I need a different tote bag. And, you know, I'm treating myself. So I was like, might as well buy a nice sort of designer tote bag. So I'm not buying, this is not an ad. This company is not sponsoring me. Wait, it's saying that I'm frozen. Am I frozen? Am I frozen? Anyway, this company is not sponsoring me, but this company called The Real Real sells like used stuff, used designer stuff. And I wanted a nice tote bag. This is green. I'm just gonna warn you guys, this is green. I think most of you guys are gonna think this is so ugly, but I just wanted a nice tote bag. So I bought myself a little Goyard. I bought myself a little Goyard because I, for some reason, wear a lot of green clothes. Like I have a bunch of green hats. Wait, no, I don't even know. Nobody gives a fuck. Let me just start by saying I don't actually think that people care about this. And let's just hope that the green matches. Does it even match? Like I constantly wear like green hats and stuff. So I was like, if here, are you happy? Um, don't worry, I won't eat her. I won't eat her. Don't worry. Um, this is my boyfriend's dog. Anyway, so I have a bunch of green stuff. So I was like, I kind of want a fun colored bag, and a lot of my clothes are green. Is this even the same green? It's not even the same green, probably. Well, there's a bunch of different greens in this. Anyway, I bought a green Goyard because it was also like I was looking at the Goyards they were selling. I don't even think they actually got like much of a discount for it, frankly, because apparently Goyards are just hard to come by. I don't fucking know. This is my first Goyard. I bought a lot of like other basic designer clothes and bags when I was in college, but I don't have a Goyard. I've never actually purchased a Goyard, so I don't know. It looks like it's brand new, actually. Like when I was on the site, it said that it was like excellent condition, like there were no flaws. Anyway, I bought myself a bag that most of you guys probably think is ugly. But I didn't. I wanted to stop using my Trader Joe's bag in case they discontinued the bag, and in case it becomes like a rarity one day to have a Trader Joe's bag. I was like, I need to not use my Trader Joe's bag anymore. So I splurged on a designer bag. I don't know if that logically makes sense. It now that I'm saying it out loud, it doesn't seem like it makes sense. But that was my logic and thinking, and maybe I just wanted to spend a lot of money on a bag. I don't know. So anyway, I think it's gonna match with lots of my green clothes. I have lots of green hats, and I might buy more green stuff because now I have this green Goyard bag. Do you guys think it's ugly? It's just practical. I also like, I feel like a lot of tote bags don't have the zipper at the top, and then I worry that stuff is going to fall out of them. And I've noticed that the Goyards have the zipper too. So anyway, yeah, I don't think any of you really care about this. Cool green. Green is always cool. Okay, thank you for complimenting my bag because it was very expensive. Do you guys want to see how much it cost? Or is this like, I feel okay, it makes me sick to spend a lot of money. And after I ordered this online, I felt like nauseous. I was like, this could have been like my rent. And I felt sick to my stomach. So yeah, but I'm 150 days nicotine free, okay? I don't buy designer stuff much anymore. I do have some designer bags, but they're mostly like from college. I might end up buying myself another designer bag at some point because I'm making all these reasons why I need them right now. I just because I'm like, basically, I'm in a location that would require me to like take a train to get into the city. Um, I can probably just say this and say I'm not actually that secretive. I'm just sort of like I don't know if I want to like broadcast it right now where I live. But anyway, I need to take a train to the city. So it's like when I go into the city, I'm like, I need to have more stuff with me, like a water bottle, phone charger, stuff like that. So I'm telling myself, I'm giving myself reasons why I need bigger purses. So I was thinking I might buy more nice big purses. Anyway, the Goyard came in this massive, okay, this purse came in this huge fucking box. Why? This is so unnecessary. Look how big this box is. I think I might fit in this box. Can I see if I fit in this box? This is not sponsored by this company, by the way. If they would like to sponsor me and send me a free bag, please do. Okay, let's see if I fit in the box. I think I do. My dog is so scared right now. Happy, happy girl. Oh, happy girl. I won't eat her. Don't worry. Should I bring her into the box? Do you want to come into the box, Happy? Happy loves the sound of crinkling papers and crinkling plastic because she thinks it's food that's being opened and thinks that I'm going to give her a treat. But no, I'm just climbing into a box. There's no treats in here. She's intrigued though. Hi, happy girl. Okay, I want to see. I'm going to crawl. I'm going to curl up in the fetal position just to see if I can fit in the box. Oh my God, I can fit in the box. Oh my God, I can fit in the box. I wonder if I can fit. This is becoming a really strange video. Oh my God, I can fit in the box. Hi, Happy. Hi, Happy. Oh, how fun. What a fun video this has become. Hi, Happy girl. Do you guys let your dog lick your face? Because I think it's actually fucking gross to let your dog lick your face, especially if they lick your mouth. But Happy's a licker. I don't know how this video turned into me inside of a cardboard box, but it's happening. This is happening. This is happening. Anyway, so yeah, this is my celebration for 150 days nicotine free. Might get myself another bag, even though it makes me nauseous that I just bought that bag. So I'm gonna wait a while before I get another bag. But yeah, basically I've just been commuting more and like taking the train. Like if I had a car, then I could leave stuff in my car. But basically I'm just commuting into the city more frequently on a train. So I'm spending like a full day in the city without being able to go home. So I basically am just like, I want some nice bigger bags to bring into the city. And yeah, nobody actually cares about this. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments. Let's see. Okay, thank you for some of you who like the green. Treat myself, I deserve it. Thank you. Thank you for saying I deserve the present. Have I thought of following Bricks and Minifigs drama or FC news? The SBF stuff seems to have gone cold. Oh, well, the SBF stuff is not totally cold. I will say, I don't know if I can play the Drake song. Wait, let's see if I can play the Drake song. Drake FTX. I don't know if you guys saw. Okay, what song is it called? Free all my guys up. Rapper Drake. Let's see. What is this song called? Okay, it's called Dust. Where is this in the song? So, okay, basically, I don't know if you guys have heard Drake's new album. Where am I? Okay, I don't know if you guys have listened to Drake's new album. Uh, it's called Iceman, right? That's his new album. There's a song called Dust in which Drake raps, as he does in all of his songs, and he references Sam Bankman-Fried. And I told Sam about this. You know, maybe I'll have to make a separate video on this. But basically, Sam got mentioned by Drake, and I emailed Sam about it because Sam Bankman-Fried and I keep in touch via email. He has his prison email system called Core Links, and he added me to his email list a long time ago. So we still keep in touch via email. And I told him that he was mentioned in Drake's new album. The line is, I'll do a separate video on this sometime. An FTX penthouse high riser. Samuel Bankman, free all my guys up. Yeah. That sounded so white, me saying that. Oh my god, I'm so fucking like, oh, I'm such a fucking loser. Anyway, that didn't sound cool at all coming out of my mouth. I never want to say that again. Anyway, I told Sam. I knew that he wouldn't care because I don't think Sam really cares about like that kind of stuff. But he said that it's made him quite popular in the prison he's at. He's at a prison called the FTX. Where is he now? Is it Lompoc? Anyway, yeah, apparently it's all the rage in prison right now. So Sam is very popular because he got mentioned by Drake. Anyway, so he wrote me a little email about it, and I haven't read the whole thing yet. But I actually, for my subscribers, for my paid subscribers, I actually do read some of my emails between Sam Bankman-Fried and I to my paid subscribers. So if you guys are curious to read some of those, I read some of them out loud to my subscribers. I don't copy and like I don't screenshot them, but I read them out loud in like in Twitter Spaces. Okay, let me read. The bag is, what is that? The bag is that a baseball? Travel up Schrodinger's Tiff. Yeah, I get that because I disappeared. Dust is scripted to the. Let's see. When's the next all season? Okay. Anyway, that was my celebration. This was my celebration for 150 days nicotine free. I tried to give you guys some of the ways that I quit nicotine. I personally didn't use things like nicotine patches or what do other people use? Yeah, so I basically just went cold turkey, and my boyfriend had to help me through the hard time. Anyway, someone asked if I think SBF buried millions or gold. I mean, he denies it. He's in prison for 25 years. I don't know what use it would be to him. Granted, his parents seem to be doing okay, so maybe. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for celebrating 150 days nicotine free with me. Apparently, I fit into this cardboard box. Okay, bye.